Welcome back to Never Famous. Please hit the like, comment, subscribe, and share. We appreciate the support. Today, we're going to be talking about what is going on in Chicago and why are they stealing all these cars. So now the mayor is suing them, suing everybody, all the car dealers. We get them all of them out of here.
Car was stolen from the Humboldt Park area. It was at the end of June.
On Sunday, August 6th, I left my house to go pick up groceries and found it was gone.
My vehicle was stolen in Chicago Sunday.
These Kia owners are the latest victims in a very long and growing list of individuals who've had their cars stolen across Chicago. That's why the city of Chicago is suing automakers Kia and Hyundai.
It's only fair that these companies be held accountable for their failure to include just a very basic safety feature.
Attorney Steve Kane says the two companies have allegedly deceived customers into thinking the vehicles possess anti-theft technology. The lawsuit states the theft surged last summer once videos on social media were posted showing the security defects.
To the point where in some...
It was a TikTok trend, right? Where like people stealing Kias and Hyundais and shit.
Yeah, that was a trend last year, I think.
Yeah,
it was last year.
But that shit was for a couple years. Some shorty I was seeing, she had a Kia, and they stole her shit straight. Like she was getting her hair done and shit, and right, they stole her shit.
You stole her shit being petty, bro.
Hell no! I had to drive shorty to work every day for like 2 months. I was sick.
Damn, she wasn't even your girl. That's crazy.
No, she wasn't my girl. I just didn't want to say all that. At the time, you know what? I wasn't even sick. Oh, all right, he goes, fuck it.
All the car thefts in the city are on this.
To make matters worse, Kane says the stolen vehicles have been used to commit other violent crimes.
And include robbery and murder. So it's not just the joyriding, which is bad in and of itself.
Kelly says her Zeltos was totaled when police found it days after she reported it stolen. She shared this surveillance video to show the moments after she says a group of boys drove off with it.
They took my car. They flashed their brights to the other kid that was like waiting nearby. He rides his divvy bike up, dumps the divvy bike, and then jumps in the car and they take off. They run a stop sign. They're speeding.
Amanda has been a loyal Kia customer since 2007. Her 2016 Sorento was stolen in Brighton Park early this month, but says when police recovered it this past Sunday, it was damaged. Now she doesn't know if she'll drive it once it gets fixed.
Is it going to get,
Garfield Park up.
Let me get this one real quick, because I just want to react quickly. I don't want to necessarily hear the stories of the people.
Hyundai, alleging they failed to equip their cars with vital anti-theft technology. The suit filed in the Cook County Court claims while most other car manufacturers made anti-theft technology a standard feature over a decade ago, Kia and did not in cars sold in the U.S. The complaint also...
If Chicago ends up winning the lawsuit, though, every other major city is gonna follow suit. Because honestly, I don't think they're the only city that's doing this.
Of course.
Have you noticed one thing though about the whole video?
That the Kias and Hyundais?
Sure, that's one thing.
Well, this is the second video.
No, I get it, but have you noticed one thing about the news?
No.
They have not mentioned once capture the people stealing the cars.
Oh, because they're not doing that. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably not as easy to catch them. Like,
so you're just telling me you think it makes sense? Let's sue the car manufacturers because people can steal your cars.
Well, if they're not providing the anti-theft thing that they're supposed to come with, and they lied about it, why would you not sue them?
Because they lied about it.
Okay,
yeah.
But isn't the city copping out and saying we're not going to pursue the criminals? Because we're going to say, oh, the manufacturers made it easy for you to get your car stolen.
It's not even that they're not pursuing the criminals. I'm pretty sure they're pursuing the criminals. It's just not easy to catch them in such circumstance. As a nigga who has gotten his car stolen, it's kind of difficult to find them. Especially when, because I even told him, like, yo, can you guys look at any, like, public cameras or anything like that? Bro, the police didn't really, I doubt they did anything.
I think both things are right. Like Kia and Hyundai lied about it, so Chicago is right to sue them. But you are also right that Chicago is just casually like just gonna hacerse loco and act like they're not noticing.
I don't
Why
think
is
I don't
it
think
sh-
they're ignoring it
Then
though.
why is Chicago suing them? Why is the mayor of Chicago suing them and not the people that own the cars?
Because I think it's hard. It's harder
Because
to
the
get that
city
collective
wants
together.
No, because the city wants to deflect the responsibility. Because if they say we play a role by not enforcing the rules and having law enforcement try to find these people and arrest them, I'm gonna put the blame on the car manufacturer to be able to say, oh, it was their fault. It was not our fault that our cops cannot do their job.
But if y'all not gonna get together and figure it out amongst y'all to get the money together to fight Kia and Hyundai, which y'all don't have it, then Chicago, if I'm Chicago, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make the money off of it.
No, that's a lie.
I definitely
Because
agree on the
I
deflection.
understand what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get that, but I don't see the group. I don't see all the Kia owners and Hyundai owners getting together, making groups. And
They do that shit all the time. It's called class action lawsuit.
I ain't seen them make a class action lawsuit this time against Kia and
That
Hyundai in particular, which is what we're talking about.
That we
I have
know
not
of.
seen
I
it.
think I would be okay if it was a class action lawsuit because a law firm will take it and be like, oh, there's an opportunity here, and they would just start mailing all the owners of Kias and start getting them all together. That's usually how that shit runs. But in this instance, it's being used. Why would the city be the one suing a company? Like, is the city
Could it be that it was like a high rate that they're like, all right, you know what, this shit has gone too far. Like, let's, maybe it's that. I'm not saying that's what it is.
But
I'm
if they're
saying
trying
maybe
to
it's
push the
that.
narrative that Chicago's getting safer and getting better, then that's what I understand what you're trying to say. But as the councilman of Chicago and the policies of Chicago, this makes perfect sense for them to do.
Why? What would the city get? Because if they win the lawsuit, the city is winning the lawsuit.
Exactly.
Okay, and what are they going to do with the money?
Whatever the fuck they want to do with it. That's up to them.
That's what I
It should go
mean.
to the people though, if that's the case. Especially for the people that have reported their Kias or Hyundai stolen. It
So
should
go make a
definitely-
class action lawsuit.
That's my argument.
That's
It
his
shouldn't be the
argument.
city suing. That's
No,
what I'm,
but why you like? That's why I disagree with you because I don't think that the shit it's not that the city shouldn't sue, is that they should have made a class action lawsuit first, the Kia and Hyundai's owners,
but
or they should still
correct.
make one now.
But that's not the city. What I'm saying is this technically will be a civil matter of like an entity being a corporation and a private citizen or a group of private citizens have issues.
Yeah.
There's no fucking need for the government to get involved. That's just my mindset. Like,
Yeah.
it makes no fucking sense for the government to get involved in saying, we are going to suit on your behalf. In that instance, like this is something between citizens and a corporation.
You wouldn't say that maybe
Like,
that's
in theory, if I was a citizen also, I'll be suing the cities for allowing so many carjacks to happen and
Yeah.
so many cars to
Yeah.
get stolen.
Yeah. You wouldn't think though that that's maybe Chicago's way of trying to tend to the people,
Tend to the people how?
like just help them. Like, oh well, okay, we'll sue them for you in a sense.
And why don't they just go and find a car and actually say, oh, we arrested them and you can get justice and you can go to court and see them, like go to court and you can get.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not doubting that they're not the police force are actually doing the best they can to find these people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying in reality, it's kind of hard to catch these kinds of things because a lot of the times there's not much to. There's not a lot of evidence. There's not a lot of evidence to really capture these guys. Like,
I know 3 different situations where people don't got their car stolen and I didn't help them like follow up the situation, so I know a little bit about it. And bro, that shit it's tough to catch them.
it's tough to
Because
catch.
of chop shops, or they go like what they did to Shorty. Like they fucked her car up, they did whatever they did to it, and they just left that shit. And then they just called her one day, oh yo, we happen to find your car, and it was all fucked up and shit.
All right,
completely
but
lost.
now you're because my mind goes into if you're having such an issues, are you processing these cars? Are you collecting fingerprints from any of these cars, seeing if these people have committed any other crimes, and if they have, go pursue them and get them. Like, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of follow-ups, especially in these types of cities, in bigger cities, this tends to happen, where as opposed to doing your job in policing, it's easier to say, it's not the criminal's fault. Let's find somebody else who pucks the buck to. Same shit with people like stealing out of CVS and Walmart and shit like that. Like, every single one of these things is like an opportunity. If you have more police presence and you were actually arresting people, less people will actually go ahead and do it. Like,
I agree with you on that. I
and
agree
if
with
you
on
don't
that.
find a way to make examples of those that are doing it, people are just going to continue to do it. And now, if I'm somebody who steals cars and I hear this, it's probably going to put me in a position where I'm going to be like, oh, they're definitely not looking for me now because they're going to try to get paid from Hyundai and Kia. Let me keep going after Hyundais and Kia so they can pay for that shit and they don't look for people like me if I was the one to be doing that. Like, it incentivizes the bad behavior.
I agree with that. I just think more so is just one of those things where it's like shit. It's kind of hard to capture these guys or capture the criminals under these kind of circumstances.
But like, if you're having, the way I view it, if you're having a rampant case of these types of cases,
yeah,
then create some type of task force. Like New York has done that before, where they literally set bait cars for people to like not realize.
Oh shit, for real.
Yes, they used to do that a bunch of times. So
I mean, it's
kinda
still
like the same
bad out there
situation.
though. You cannot have no nice shit out there because they will. They even stole a cop's car. They even stole the rims of an officer's car. It was an MDX too. The joint was nice.
Like, people are gonna keep doing it. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. And like, if the people were the ones doing the suing, I'm like, I understand that it's justifiable, especially if you believe they lied and there was no kind of anti-theft. Even though I don't know exactly what would that consist of, and if you can prove that in court,
To be honest, I honestly think that wouldn't even stop them from still stealing the car or like prevent them much. To
correct.
Be honest.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like will be interesting to see what happens in court. But what I'm saying is, when the city gets involved, knowing that technically they play a role by not making sure the streets were secure and safe for you to live in.
I don't agree with the city of Chicago. All I was saying is I understand
What's going on.
So you can, because if I can, you know what I'm saying, do some shit and then make it look like he did it so he get his ass whooped, then you know what I'm saying, why not? Fuck it, let him get his ass whooped in that scenario. You know what I'm saying, I understand. Not that I agree with it,
But I don't think the
understand.
city should get involved.
I mean, they should get involved by maybe if the money that they get from that shit, man, add some police presence. I don't know what the fuck I mean, I think they have the biggest police department in the country.
Chicago? For
Yes, they up there.
I thought it was in New York, but I don't know.
New York, LA, Chicago.
Yeah, I
they
thought New
top
York,
three.
too.
I don't know the order, but they're up there.
I don't know. I just think this is crazy. A city shouldn't be deflecting their responsibilities.
They definitely shouldn't. They definitely shouldn't.
I think like the LA shit that you're saying though. I don't think more police presence would necessarily help that. I think them like actually arresting people and
Well,
them
that's what
going
I
to
mean.
jail. But then supposedly in LA, like shit, like all the jails are overcrowded, like the LA County area, all that. Like the jails are really like they overcrowded and there's all this shit going on.
I don't know.
Make more jails. I don't know what the fuck.
Like, I don't know. Like, that's one of those things. It's like, I don't know. I feel like we've gotten to the point where we're, especially like even here in Philly, thankfully it hasn't gotten that crazy in Philly yet, but we're incentivizing and like justifying why people commit crimes, and we're almost normalizing it. And I don't think that's right.
I don't think Philly's like that. I think the only thing that's like
No, I said thankfully it hasn't gotten that crazy.
the only thing that's like a little scary is probably like the whole Kensington shit. Is probably like the only shit that's going on in the city that I'm like, that shit is tough. I ain't gonna lie.
Kensington's wild, bro.
The Walking Dead at night. I ain't gonna lie, that shit's
I'm
tough.
afraid to breathe when I'm in Kensington, bro.
I hate going up there.
For real.
Try to avoid that shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like Philly's not that bad. I think it's more just like the culture of the city a little bit is just kind of fucked up right now. But but as opposed to LA, that is more. I think it's more of a political thing that's fucked up. Is what I'm trying to say. In Philly, I don't think is a political thing. I think it's more of a cultural thing.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean. It's something that happens in big cities. Like Chicago will probably fall as one. Philly, LA, New York is going through similar cases, and oftentimes I think you should hold the city accountable. Be like, yo, you should also be able to protect and like make the cities be safe and deter people from wanting to steal.
So it should be Kia, Hyundai, and Chicago getting sued. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
I mean, there's a common thing that majority of these cities that we just named all have Democratic mayors.
You think that's it?
I don't know, but it is something that I have seen pointed out by people on the right. So, for whatever that's worth. Like LA's going to shit since they've had a fucking Democratic governor and shit. So,
No.
not excuse me, not LA, California.
It's the same shit here though. Like people be stealing the shit from under the car. What's that part?
Catalytic converters.
Yeah,
Nah.
yo, somebody, you got one of those Himalaya? I need one. Yo, I see somebody get busted for like fucking 16 million worth of them shit. I'm like, yo, how much of them shit you gotta have to have? It was like 10 million. It was a story like around, I was like, it was around here, like Delaware County or some shit like that. Like a pretty big auto shop. Whatever, yeah, they got busted for that shit. Them motherfuckers going to jail. It's like you in there, you a convict, and you talking to motherfucker, yeah, what you in here for, bro? I'm in here for stealing converters and shit. Like, you not like, I don't know.
The converters, yeah, 10 million worth. Oh,
That shit crazy, bro. But they were stolen though.
but they.
Who do you guys think the blame should fall on? Should it be the city? Should it be the car manufacturers? Should it be the civilians? The street motherfuckers that's robbing y'all? Whose fault is it? Let us know in the comments. How can we figure this problem out?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.